Hi, I'm Chris Haigh and this is the Fiddle channel, and today we're going to play Old Joe's Jig. Old Joe's is a popular session tune, a very easy jig. I'm going to show you the basic tune. I'm going to show you a couple of ideas. The idea of starting on upbows instead of downbows, which is one of my favourites. Variation through simplification. The idea that if you want to add variety, then you do it by taking stuff away rather than adding stuff in. And so varying the ornamentation, particularly on the few long notes that there are. Okay, so let's start off with basic melody. If you've never played jigs before or haven't played many, the bowing is really important and is nowhere near as easy as it looks. So I always think of a jig as down, up, down, up, down, up, not down, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, up. So that is really going to mess you up. So that's what we're aiming at. But I'm not going to go into that in detail here, but I do have a video all about bowing in Irish music, which will deal with that in more detail if you want. Okay. Repeats. Now, most of it I'm doing with separate bows, and separate bows generally work well on jigs. But there are places where you have an odd number of notes in a bar. For example, bar 10. So if you did separate bows, then you would find yourself going on an upbow, which, as we're going to see, is not necessarily a bad thing. But I do recommend that you, to start with at least, you try and do start everything on a down bow and do basically two accents, da and da, da and da, da and da, da, for every bar. So going through the second line, the second part, got a slur there, slur, slur. Okay, now we've got some rolls on first finger notes, which is usually the best place for them. So in line 2, you've got that. So roll is done for most of the length of the note. You're just playing the note itself, and then towards the end of the note, you're just flicking on the third finger, taking it off, taking your first finger off, putting your first finger back. So it's like a turn in classical music, but it's played very fast and very light. And if you can hear those notes distinctly, and you're not doing it right. So it's got to be more of a disturbance of the note, where your fingers are not quite going down. So it's just kind of touching the string, like that. And they're optional, so you could play, if you wanted, or loads of different things you can do instead of doing that roll, but I do like those rolls, and the first finger is usually the best finger to do them on. Okay, let's play this with some backing. Now, you probably noticed some of the places where a roll is written in I didn't do, and vice versa. So they really are optional. You just put them in when you like, and I think it's actually better to do it different every time rather than trying to do the same every time. So that's kind of that's the variation on the long notes, is the different approaches you can take to that note. You can split it up so that it's not a long note. You can do a different ornament on it. So that's a kind of a double cut, or do the same note 3 times, or do a treble on it. And I do have videos on the cut and on the treble. Now, variation through simplification is a good idea sometimes, particularly if you're playing in a ukulele or something like that. Then and you might be playing the same tune over and over again. And just by leaving some notes out, or by playing long notes instead of more shorter notes, you can get some interesting variation. So I'm just going to go through and I'll just give you a few examples of how you might do that. If you're doing this in a band where you are doing unison with another player, it might be intrusive doing this. If you're doing it in a session and playing loudly, it might be intrusive. If you are playing solo, or if you're playing in a band where you're the only melody instrument, then it's going to be absolutely fine doing something like this. Now, I mentioned about upbows, and Kevin Burke is noted for his upbow playing. And the advantage of starting a jig on an upbow is that it brings you on the 4th note on a down bow, and we generally find that the down bow is the easier one to make a strong bow. So starting on an up, then you can dig in to that 4th note, do that and do that and do that, which I think is often more appropriate than dak do 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 dak do 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 dak do 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 dak. So here's an accent on the 1, and here's an accent on the 2, starting with an up bow. Now, done like that, it sounds a bit too much, but if you just drop that in occasionally, that's going to sound good. It's going to add some nice variety. And if you were playing, again, in a ukulele situation, then this strong offbeat might be a good thing, maybe doing it all the way through. So, you might never want to do it, but I think it's worth trying trying playing a jig all the way through, starting every bar on an upbow, and just see what it feels like. Okay, if you'd like a copy of the sheet music for this, do subscribe to the channel, send me an email, I will send you a free PDF, and my email address is on the video description. And if you'd like to get hold of all my videos, all the PDFs for all my videos, then do subscribe to the Patreon, and that will very much help to keep these videos coming. And Old Joe's is one of the videos in my jig collection, which I've just done recently. It's 30 Irish jigs arranged in groups of 3, sets of 3. And I can't remember what Old Joe's is arranged with, but each of these jigs is part of a 3-part set. And there's lots of other collections like this on my Patreon as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon.